It's okay, I definitely did not check in. So I did record that video Friday. Now it's technically Saturday because I haven't been asleep yet, whatever. But I didn't check in that night. So didn't really do anything. Just chilled with my girls. Did live at 5. And we did the bubble party. That's really it. I was talking to my ex. I don't even want to call her ex best friend. I don't know what to call her. My old friend, and we just been like conversating back and forth about some stuff like hair and like gaining weight. Nothing like too personal. Nothing whatever. But she did say something. She was like, "I'm coming. I seem more like a bitch." Or something, and it's inspiring and she likes it, whatever, something like that. And I was like, oh, thanks. I prefer cunt bitch, but whatever. I don't know, something along those lines. But I was like, oh, that's different because I haven't really talked to her. I don't know what I'm doing differently or if I'm posting differently. I don't know. I personally don't see what I'm doing differently. I know I have a certain tolerance of certain things now, but I haven't been around anybody for anyone to see that. I don't know if it's because my YouTube. I don't know. I don't know what made her say it, but obviously I'm doing something different, and it's inspiring. And I'm in my head, I'm thinking like, you ain't even seen shit yet, but whatever. My face is oily because I did my whole skin thing. I'm trying to get my skin under control a little bit. This is from me picking at my skin. That's why it looks like this. Like it wasn't looking like this. My skin was smooth, and I started picking at it. So yeah. Um, chill today. Didn't really do anything. I edited a video yesterday. It's posted but private. Still trying to. My mind is like thinking of something else I should do. Something else I should do. My main channel should be monetized soon, so I'm excited about that. So that's another stream of income. Um, and then, I'm thinking about wearing my own shit. Like they have this website that I know everyone buys their stuff from, and they just slap their own label on it. So it's like instead of rocking everybody's own their shit, why don't I rock my own shit? And then if people want to buy my shit, then let them, do it like that instead of having to advertise. Me and my girls just wear our shit, and if you want to wear it, cool. If you want to support, cool. So I'm thinking about stuff like that, which I don't know if I should even be thinking about that, but why not, right? Then I'm see this up. Then I'm not gonna say obsessing over my weight, but I'm starting to feel fat just because my stomach is not flat right now. So I keep like looking at myself in the mirror like, oh my god, your stomach is sticking out more than your ass, and it's making me, I low key feel like I look pregnant, even though I'm not pregnant. But I know it's just because I've been eating more and because I haven't been working out. Because I'm focusing on gaining weight, and then toning and evening. So I have to not focus on what I see and just focus on the goal. So I've been kind of like kicking myself in the head about that, but not really too much. I just been focused on like just eat, even though I know I'm not eating as much as I possibly should. But I'm almost 175 pounds, which is awesome, which is the heaviest I've ever been in life without being pregnant. Heaviest I've ever been was 190, and that was with Gracious. But if I could be 190 without being pregnant, that'd be nice. But I gotta even it and get toned, and then it'd be nice to do that. But I need to. I'm noticing something about myself that I don't like. I love Gracious. I love my baby so much, but I noticed that my patience with her is a lot thinner than it is with Sita. And I'm not going to say for obvious reasons, you know. I'm not going to say, oh, Sita doesn't know better, blah, 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 because Sita does know. She just communicates different and she can't speak. And she can't speak right now using words, and she can't walk and stuff like that, but she knows. But I just feel like I'm not doing something right as a mom, because I see Gracious being more aggressive towards Sita and wanting more attention and doing things for attention. And when she does certain stuff, you know, I'm not saying, oh, I don't remember that she's only 3 years old, you know. I just feel like since I've had Gracious, I have not been able to give her the 100% full attention. I had her for 3 months. She got taken away. And then by the time we got her back, I got her back, I was already pregnant again. And then it's just been uphill with Sita nonstop, and then back and forth the court stuff, whatever with Gracious. So I feel like I haven't ever been able to even be a mom to her. And it makes me feel like shit. And I'm not saying I don't have a connection with my daughters and stuff like that, but my tolerance is definitely thinner when it comes to certain stuff with her. And I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because she's only 3 years old, and I know this, so I don't, have her this high standard to have her, oh, you have to understand cognitively what's going on to be able to understand and be able to do. I understand, I get it, but she's 3 years old and she wants attention, so I'm constantly thinking, like, what am I not doing enough of? Like, she can't have mommy all to herself because we have Sita, so we have to have some type of balance. So it's like, what can I do, or what can I say? Or I'm just thinking in my mind, like, what can I do to where, like, I'll be sitting right there with her, and then she'll start bursting out crying, saying, "Mommy, I miss you, and I'm here. I've been with you all day." And I'm like, "I'm right here, Mommy. I miss you. I want to kiss. I want to hug." Like, she's a very affectionate person. She's very, very, very affectionate. I just feel like she gets that from me, but I feel like I haven't been really in touch with my affectionate side in some years. And I don't want to say it's due to what I've been through with their dad, but I'm not as affectionate as I used to be. I get annoyed a lot easier, and it makes me feel like shit. Like, I don't always want to say, "Gracious, don't do this," or "You're gonna get timeout," or this, or "You're gonna get pow pow," or da-da. I don't want to have to do that. Like, when she tells me she misses me, it's like she or like when I'm not by her, if I leave out the room, she starts like freaking out and stuff like that, and I'm like, I don't want her to feel like I'm abandoning her emotionally or physically or mentally. So it's like, is that what she means, like, when she says she misses me? Like, am I abandoning her some way? I just don't feel as affectionate sometimes because I'm overwhelmed with my obsessive thoughts of wanting more and doing more and not feeling good enough and thinking what I can do and what can I do, what can I do, what can I do. And then when I'm ready to sleep, I can't sleep. Or when I should be sleeping, I can't sleep. And then when they're up, I'm like, okay, some days I can give my 100%. Other days I'm just so, mentally and physically tired or drained, So my main thing that I've been just noticing the last days, because everything else for the most part is smooth. Like, it's been a week since their dad's been blocked. I feel great. I'm chilling. Trying to stay focused on what matters. But the main thing that matters more than anything is I want to make sure Gracious is okay. Like, the cycle has to be broken. Because growing up, I felt like You know, my mom wasn't there for me emotionally and other ways as for, you know, and my dad as well, especially emotionally and mentally. I don't feel like I had anybody there for me. And to have my daughter tell me, Mommy, she misses me right while I'm with her, even though she's 3 years old and she might not understand what missing somebody means, whatever. But the fact that she can just go through these so much emotions when I just leave out the room, it's just like, what am I not doing? What do I need to do more of? And it's just like, maybe I need to get back more in touch with my compassionate side and my sensitive side. And that makes me think about what my old friend was saying. It's just like, oh, you seem more like blah blah blah. And it's just like, I mean, I haven't been around anybody for her to even know that, but it's like, is that the same thing? That's what makes me think, like, am I not as a heartfelt of a bitch now? Like, do I just don't have any emotions? And it's like, okay, I would say I could have no emotions towards the world, but I want to be overly lovey-dovey with my children. And I feel like maybe it's hard for me to be like that right now because my mind is everywhere. Like, I'm not where I need to be right now. Like, maybe if I, like, I don't want to use the excuse, oh, maybe if I was in my own house and I do this, then should it be like this and blah, blah. But maybe it is. You know, maybe it's going to take for me to be in my own space and my own energy and not around other people's energy and other people's space and be comfortable in my own shit for me to be like that, you know? Because it's not like that's all the time. Like, me and Gracious, we be in the house chilling. Wouldn't be me and her. We be vibing in the car, singing, dancing. We be having so much fun, but I feel like I'm still not doing something. And I need to try. I need to be a lot more selective with my words and my energies, especially when it comes towards her because she's very emotional. And I was very emotional as a child too, so that means everything I say and do, she feels very deeply. Because that's exactly how I was. But my mom said I wasn't this emotional, which I think I was, but I just was more reserved with my shit and not as early on, 3 years old. So I need to learn to be more, I'm not going to say I need to learn. I'm going to, you know, this is going to be day one of me documenting this. I'm going to try my best to not be frustrated. Instead of being frustrated, use different words and different everything when it comes to Gracious and see if that is a change in her behavior. Because like I said too, she starts to get more, she gets super, super sweet with Sita. And then earlier, this girl had this, let me show you this. Dang. She had this baby bottle. You see that? That's spit. She was spitting her spit in this. And then I went over to Sita and she was putting spit all in Sita's face and in her eye. And as soon as I looked at her, she was like, Mommy, I miss you. And then she started crying. Or she'll say something random. So it's like, I'm not doing something right. Or I'm not doing enough of something because maybe this is her cry for help or for attention. I don't know. But I do know I don't need to be frustrated with her. I need to choose my words wisely. And I need to think always and always be mindful that she is a child. She's a child. She's a child. And she's a sponge. But we haven't seen, I did have a meeting with a behavioral specialist and we're supposed to have one this Wednesday too, because a lot of the stuff that she does that other people necessarily see her do, they're like, you know, maybe you need to talk to somebody or whatever. But again, at the end of the day, I do believe if I did something different, it might make a world of difference for her. Even if she does still terrorize people, cool. Not cool, but you know what I mean. I just don't want my baby to be crying all the time. I mean, even if she's emotional, I just don't want her to be crying all the time and telling me she misses me and, always like she is I apologize. Like she threw up yesterday. That's what she wasn't feeling good yesterday. And she threw up twice. First thing she said, she threw up laying next to me on a teddy bear. She didn't even say, Mommy, I threw up. She first thing, Mommy, I apologize. She threw up downstairs on my mom's bed. First thing she said, Nana, I apologize. So she's a very empathetic, very sympathetic little girl, very good hearted. But, she has anger in her too. And I feel like it starts with me. If I do something more, it can change a lot for her. I love my sweet little girl, and I want her to always be a sweet little girl, and I need to keep her as innocent as possible. So, not being frustrated with her, watching what I say and how I react to certain situations, and just being very compassionate and how how I used to be emotional and stuff. But all those good things, lovey-dovey with my child. I feel like I need to get more back in touch with that because I do feel different. I definitely do. But I'm not saying that I'm not like that with her or with them, but I do know, I do realize the errors in my ways and know the stuff that I do need to fix. So I just wanted to come on here and say that. But other than that, everything's good. Same shit, different day. Still trying to figure out some stuff. Praying for some stuff, hoping for some stuff, having faith behind different things. It's really all I can do right now. Focus is gaining weight, getting my skin clear, my hair long, my booty fat, and focusing on, getting my ducks in order so we can move. That's really it. Nothing else really matters at this point if it's not about my personal self, my growth, my daughters, and creating as many streams of income as possible so we can live lives without limits. Nothing else matters. Anything else besides that is a fucking distraction. Everything else is a fucking distraction. I don't give a fuck about nothing else, and that's sad. It's a good thing actually. I don't give a fuck about nothing else unless it has to do with what I just named. Everything else is a fucking distraction or a hindrance. If it's not helping, it's a hindrance. Therefore, it's not worth my time or my energy. And I just farted. Okay, check in tomorrow.